Hazard is retiring, and the question that most people have been asking is it the right time for him to retire? Because most people think that Hazard still has enough talent and energy to perform at the highest level. But he's 32, and comparatively, most players, especially those who are the highest form, have been retiring between 28 to 34. Like Eric Cantona retired at 30, George Best retired at 28, Zinedine Zidane at 34. Like a lot of those, Van Basten at 31, Alan Shearer at 29, which means that at 32, age 32 is still the right age to retire, especially when playing at the top five, the best of the best in league football. But a lot of people have been blaming because since he went to Madrid at age 29, he hasn't been performing at the highest level. In the season 2018 to 2019, Hazard played like just from the league games. He played at 7 league games. He scored 16 goals and he had 15 assists. In the season before that, 2018, he played in 34 games. He had 12 goals and 4 assists, which mean, and even at that time, at the price that he was bought, 100 million, a lot of people expected Hazard to really perform. Even many people had doubted him to be winning the Ballon d'Or in the forthcoming years. But from 2019 2022, at the point he left Real Madrid, the guy had only scored like, I don't know, in league football maybe 5 to 6 goals. Can I check? Let me check. Yeah, around there. Like he had played, he didn't play like, he didn't have matches where he started consecutively, like 2 games where he started consecutively for those 3 years, which many people have been blaming Carlo Ancelotti, because a lot of people thought maybe even in that Real Madrid squad, despite the injuries, he should have been in the first 11. Even if not in the first 11, he should be the guy just coming off the bench. But in most occasions, even he couldn't make the, like he was in the bench, but he couldn't make to be subbed on in most games. So last season and the season before that, he had a tricky relationship with Carlo Ancelotti. At some point, he wasn't talking to him, but he was playing. I think Hazard, the thing that caused Hazard, many people are saying that he wasn't taking care of his body. Like he wasn't training as the others. Even at Chelsea, a lot of people are saying, oh, they will go on runs doing rondo, and Hazard was just there laughing, enjoying himself, but then he will go on and score goals. So most people did not really question why he wasn't as hard as the other players in training. I think that's the fate for most footballers. Most talented footballers usually don't do well on training and drills and all those things. And even these exceptions, like probably Messi, I think he had this longevity because he was being compared to Cristiano, and Cristiano really pushed him. If Cristiano was not there, even Messi would have retired probably 4 years ago at age 31. Because even if you see him on that season where he scored 91 goals on that year, was it 2011 to 12? The guy was really, you could say, obese. It's not obese, but he was really, he had added on weight. He wasn't like really, really fit, which means if there was no competition to Cristiano, he will end up as This other guy is 31, 32. He feels like he has finished football and then he retires. But the competition, really, he was supposed to be the best, and now Cristiano was going to be the best if he hadn't like really pushed it on. So Hazard did not have like a direct competitor. Over the years, people compared him to Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez fold off. Then they compared him to Messi, not Messi, Neymar. And Neymar just went to PSG. He wasn't like really doing the best at that level. Then they started comparing him to Salah, but at that time was like really done. Like it wasn't the Hazard that a lot of people were expecting. Like Hazard was injuries after injuries, coming back, going out, which meant he was to retire. But I don't know he retired on his volition. I think by the time that his Real Madrid contract ended to this time, I think he was waiting for offers from teams in the top five league, but none came. Like I think teams from MLS called him and teams from Saudi Arabia, but I think he didn't want to go in any of those countries. Now, if you look at those players, maybe wingers, even playing, don't even count the top five teams. Like if you go even to a team like West Ham, a team like Brighton, a team like Newcastle, even Hazard could still play in those teams. I don't know what informed him or what decision he had to make to not like go into those teams. Was it salary? Was it like he's just lazy, or he thought like maybe it's just done? He has fallen off. Like the love of football was not there, like Bell. I don't know, but I think Hazard could still play. The same thing is happening to De Gea. I think De Gea really still wants to play, but there is no any offer that is coming to him, which is enough to persuade him to go into those teams. So yesterday or 2 days ago, he was posting that he was in Manchester. I think he was really thinking of coming back now that Onana was doing those mistakes. I don't know if he'll come back. I still think like while 32 is still a good age to retire, I think Hazard still had more to give to this game.